your core values, your core self belief, what you think you are, that is being authentic to yourself, irrespective of the pressures outside, irrespective of what people expect you to do. बहुत बार क्या होता है ना, most of the time I would say we behave the way people expect us to behave. Now this could be a scenario at your workplace, this could be a scenario at your home place or home front also, right? हम बहुत बार ऐसे बिहेव करते हैं जैसे हमारे से लोग एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. Like for example, if you are a boss in any company, so they will expect the boss has to be very authoritative, very disciplined, very formal. Whereas in actual आप ऐसे हो ही नहीं, you're very well down person, very easy going, happy go lucky. But because वो एक लेबल दिया गया है या एक इमेज क्रिएट किया गया है कि बॉस हैज टू बी a bossy person or a very disciplined and firm, so we try to behave that way, but that is not what you truly are, right? तो उसमें होता क्या है, there is a conflict of personality. So ask yourself, are you authentic to what you think and what you are actually, or are you behaving in the way people are expecting or wanting you to behave? That's a very important question one needs to ask. And ये क्यों जरूरी है? Why is it so important to be authentic, and why ये क्यों है ऐसा? So let me tell you one thing. जब भी हम when we are authentic या हम true person, जो हमारी true personality है उसको हम बाहर लेके आते हैं ना, when we express and not impress. So एक one line also goes this way: in authenticity you don't impress, you express. तो ये self expression का जो हम बात कर रहे हैं ना, how to express, how authenticity and self expression are interlinked. So when you are true to yourself, only then you will be able to express. आप अपने मन में जो है बोल सकोगे. If you are only pretending या only trying to impress others, so you will never be able to voice out or say what you exactly are thinking or wanting in life. This happens बहुत होता है. Like for example, we'll take the scenario of kids and parents का भी ले सकते हैं to begin with. At some you know, you come across some children who are in, if you ask them what they want to be, it could be they want to become a singer, or they want to become a master chef, or you know, they want to pursue cooking or baking as a career. But because their parents want them to be engineers and chartered accountants and name it, you know, any polished white collared professional, so children generally tend to ignore their own passion, generally avoid, or you know, they just give up, or they just sacrifice, I would say, what they really want. So what is happening is they're not able to express what they want. So they are only doing what they're expected to do. So इसमें क्या होता है? The person doesn't grow, doesn't bloom like what he otherwise would be. Now that doesn't mean कि जितने भी doctors and professionals हैं who wanted to pursue a hobby of singing or dancing and all are sacrificing and not living a good life. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. If it is, you know, it is again a balance. If your love for the passion is more than what you're doing, yes, then it could be imbalance. So you need to strike a balance. Okay, fair enough. If this is the profession I'm following and this is my passion, or this is my hobby, or this is what I want to pursue, which is very important to express what I am, then you may have to, you know, give time to your passion also and your profession also. That can always be done. You can always strike a balance in that. It is going back to authenticity. Now, what are the factors? क्या ऐसी चीजें हैं which stop us from being authentic? क्यों हम अपना real self बाहर क्यों नहीं निकाल सकते हैं? There are few things, you know, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. We'll talk about few things. Peer pressure होता है. Like if it's a school, yes, friends होते हैं. If it's a college workplace है, your colleagues है. Or it could be society, it could be family, it could be friends. Now your friends expect you to behave in a particular way. Your parents expect you to behave in a particular way, which is different from your authentic self. And you because you love them, or because you care for them, or you because you don't want to let them down, you continue being what they want you to be. But in the bargain, what is happening is you are not being fair to yourself. So let's stop doing that. आज एक दिन ना आप अपने आप को पूछो, what is it that you really want to do? एक बार पूछ के देखिए. Just ask your inner voice. And ऐसा नहीं है कि you know you'll get the answer immediately. You have to do it. Everything is a slow, gradual process. So start talking to yourself. अपने आप से जब भी बात होती है ना, when you're sitting idle, and ये कभी हो सकता है when you don't have noise around. There should be no noise. When I say noise is inner noise, hamari the chatterbox that we have, the self talk which is imposing. Okay, my friend did, my colleague did this, my parents want this, my spouse wants this. That is the chatterbox, or the internal dialogue that goes on and on. So you'll have to slow that down. You'll have to not listen to those inner voices for some time. And the external voice, I would say, is TV, or it is the social media, it is your mobile, it could be your Instagram, it could be your Facebook. Now, let me ask you one thing. How many times have you posted? We all have social media accounts and social media handles. Now, how many times have you really posted that you wanted to, or you posted something that you get more likes? Be honest. Many a times, we just get swayed. We want more likes, we want more followers. Now, if you ask an influencer, yes, obviously that's his profession. He will want to get more likes. So he or she will want to put across posts which attract more likes and more followers. But आप अपने आप को पूछिए, क्या हम इंस्टाग्राम या फेसबुक पे जो पोस्ट करते हैं, इज इट समथिंग दैट आई रियली एम? वो मैं हूँ जो मुझे बोलना है? Am I even expressing what I really want to, or I'm just going by the flow? If this is the current topic which is on, or which is the reels which are being watched so often, or the popular reels on Instagram, am I just following it so that my presence becomes visible and I become more prominent on social media? Do ask this question to yourself today and you'll get an answer. Yeah. So these are the things that do stop us from being our own authentic self. हमारा खुद का जो बोलते हैं ना, हमारा मन होता है, हमारा दिल होता है, like what you really want to do, ये सारी चीजें हमको स्टॉप करती हैं. So you need to be careful. ये noise, external noise को हमें बंद करना होगा. Listen to yourself. And how do you listen to yourself? It's not very difficult. Again, it goes to mindfulness. Live in the present. Self-aware. Be aware क्या thoughts चल रहे हैं. Be compassionate. And very important is why are we not able to express what we really want to be, and why are we not able to be authentic? उसका एक main reason क्या है पता है? We want to be perfect. We want to be flawless. We want कि हम जो बोले या हम जो एक्सप्रेस करें या जो हम अपना पिक्चर या जो हम अपने आप को बताएं दुनिया में, has to be flawless and very clean and very perfect. जो हो नहीं सकता है, which is where we get scared of expressing what we actually are. So let us understand one thing. Okay, we have to accept how we are. We have to accept our flaws. We have to accept our imperfection. हमको ये एक्सेप्ट करना होगा कि वी आर नॉट परफेक्ट. हम परफेक्ट नहीं है. वी विल मेक मिस्टेक्स, वी विल मेक फ्लॉज हमारे में है, वो आएंगे. वी आर नॉट परफेक्ट. व्हेन वी एक्सेप्ट दैट आवरसेल्फ, वी विल नॉट हैव दैट फियर कि पीपल विल जज मी, बिकॉज व्हाई आर वी नॉट एक्सप्रेसिंग? हमें क्या रोकता है? हमारी एक्चुअल आइडेंटिटी एक्सप्रेस करने में क्या रोक रहा है हमें? लोग क्या बोलेंगे? पीपल विल जज मी फॉर व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, व्हाट आई एम डूइंग. वी हैव दैट फियर. अंदर ही अंदर होता है बहुत बार. सो व्हेन यू एक्सेप्ट योरसेल्फ, अपने आप के साथ आप थोड़ा कंपैशनेट हो जाए, थोड़ा एम्पैथेटिक हो जाए ना. बी एम्पैथेटिक टू योरसेल्फ एंड कंपैशनेट टू योरसेल्फ कि फेयर इनफ, आई एम अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. इफ आई वांट टू एक्सप्रेस समथिंग दैट इज नॉट परफेक्ट, इट इज ऑल राइट. Let people judge. If they're judging, they're not somebody who are my well wishers. They want to judge, let so be it. You cannot control that. So जब भी हम अपने आप को इस तरह से, when we start accepting ourselves in this manner, it will become much more easier to be authentic to yourself and express what you really want to. ये बहुत बार ऑफिसेज में, वर्क प्लेसेस में देखा गया है. न्यू ज्वाइनीज होते हैं, ये यंगर जो क्राउड होता है, they fear, they don't express. They feel that the seniors will judge them, or they will rank them, or they have this insecurity of losing their job. Hota hai aisa. But one thing is, at some point you let it go, because each human being has brilliant ideas. Har ek ke paas, we are unique. We cannot be somebody else. If we try to imitate, like for example in a corporate world, if you're trying to be like your senior, you're like your superior, or like that blue-eyed boy who's the favorite of all top management, if you're trying to be like him or her, it will not be possible. वो नहीं हो सकेगा. because हर एक बंदा, everyone is unique. You are unique. You have some qualities which he or she may not have. So when you stop judging yourself and being very very critical to yourself, you will be able to express. You will be able to come up with new ideas and share them in an open forum. Meetings में बहुत बार देखा गया है. We often see, people are very hesitant or reluctant in sharing their ideas. Why? यही रीजन है कि दे फियर पीपल विल बी जजिंग मी, दे विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट माय आइडियाज, दे विल रिडिक्यूल मी, मेरे बारे में क्या बोलेंगे. फेयर इनफ, बट एटलीस्ट वॉइस आउट ना, बोलो तो सही. यू नेवर नो द आइडिया दैट यू हैव मे बी समथिंग दैट योर टॉप मैनेजमेंट रियली वांटेड. ये तो वर्क सिनेरियो ले दिया. यू कैन इवन गो ऑन द होम फ्रंट में भी यही होता है, विथ योर स्पाउस ऑल्सो यही होता है, विथ योर फ्रेंड्स ऑल्सो सेम सिनेरियो. Equation same है, wherever you, whichever situation of your life you fit in, equation is the same. We always fear that the opposite person will judge me or be critical, and so we hesitate or we not express. But इसमें नुकसान किसका है? Who is at a loss? We, right? Because we are not expressing, we are suppressing our thoughts, we are not able to bloom. अभी कोई भी एक फ्लावर को ले लो, you take a, if you have a rose plant or any plant you have, if a flowering plant is is overshadowed by a huge tree or some big leaf, plant with big leaves, what will happen? It will not be able to bloom properly. So it's the same thing. Don't get overshadowed by what people are saying or what other people are doing. We, each one is a unique human being. हमको अपनी uniqueness बाहर लानी है, right? तो अभी उसके लिए what you have to do, you have to मेलो डाउन तो करना ही होगा. यू विल हैव टू हैव लॉट्स एंड लॉट्स ऑफ पेशेंस. अपनी गलतियों को हमें खुद ही एक्सेप्ट करना है, खुद ही यू हैव टू ओवरकम. इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि गलती हमारे से हो गई एंड यू हैव टू जस्ट एक्सेप्ट एंड कीप क्वाइट. नो, यू हैव टू डेवलप दो स्किल सेट्स. अगर कोई चीज है, आपको लगता है कि द अदर पर्सन इज डूइंग बेटर देन मी, सो यू कैन ऑलवेज लर्न दैट स्किल सेट, राइट? नथिंग डिफिकल्ट. तो अपने आप को डेवलप भी कर सकते हैं. सो इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हम अपने मन में जो बात है वो एक्सप्रेस कर दे. एंड इट शुड नॉट बी टू इम्प्रेस करने के लिए बोल अगर हम करेंगे तो वी आर जस्ट नॉट डूइंग जस्टिस टू आवर ओन सेल्फ. हम अपनी आवाज ही अंदर सप्रेस कर रहे हैं. दैट्स नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू. दैट्स ओनली गोइंग टू ब्रिंग योर पर्सनैलिटी डाउन, योर मोरल डाउन. सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस क्यों कम होता है लोगों का? व्हाई इज दैट हैपनिंग? बिकॉज दे नॉट एक्सप्रेसिंग. वो अपने मन में व्हाट दे उनको एक्चुअली चाहिए लाइफ में, उनके थॉट्स कुछ अलग होते हैं. बहुत बार देखा गया है पीपल हु आर नॉट who are working, I mean, again I'm taking a professional example only. People who are working in a company where their core values or their core thinking or beliefs don't match with that of the company, they will be working, काम करेंगे because they need money. We all need money, right? But what happens is if they are not able to the core values of the company and that person's core values are not matching, they are not happy there. I mean, हमको भी कभी कभी लग जाता है ना कोई कोई सिचुएशन में. अगर हमको बोला गया है कि यू हैव टू बिहेव और यू हैव टू परफॉर्म इन अ पर्टिकुलर वे, वेयर हमको ये नहीं करना था, अगर हमको जबरदस्ती से करना पड़े तो यू डोंट फील गुड. दैट अनईजी फीलिंग होता है. सो पीपल हु आर वर्किंग इन दैट सिनेरियो are not doing justice to themselves. So what happens is they develop so many mental health issues, or they come up with something or the other, some ailments, or I wouldn't say always, but yes, बहुत बार notice किया गया है. The core reason is they're not working in an environment where their core values are being fulfilled or are matching with the company. Not fulfilled नहीं बोल सकते. तो ये जब भी डिस्कनेक्ट होता है ना, इंटीग्रिटी नहीं होती है ना, तभी ये सब होता है. सो लेट्स नॉट इवन गेट इनटू इट. सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज हमको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि व्हाट इज इट दैट आई रियली वांट, व्हाट इज माय ऑथेंटिक सेल्फ, क्या है. और अभी हमने समझा कि व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट स्टॉप अस, राइट? दूसरों की जजमेंट, फियर ऑफ फेलियर और फियर ऑफ व्हाट पीपल विल से. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स. एंड हम इसको कैसे कर सकते हैं? व्हेन यू एक्सेप्ट दैट हमारे में फ्लॉ है, आई एम imperfect. When you accept that, ये fact अगर हम accept कर लेंगे ना, it will become very easy to be your authentic self and express yourself wherever you are. कोई भी platform होने दो, even friends के सामने. बहुत बार we have seen people hesitate अपना बात करने से. They don't express their views or opinions even in a group meeting or a friends का meeting होता है, your gathering होता है, they just hesitate. What if I say and people don't accept my or don't value what I'm saying? So these thoughts, when you just express it with an open mind, people will accept. Agar nahi bhi kiya to it is perfectly all right. At least you voiced out what was inside you. That is very important. Also one thing you have to एक हमको ये भी याद रखना है कि many a times what happens, you know, if we are pursuing, like for example, now CA finals are going on India mein, that is what is happening. So there are people who say that CA finals you have to give minimum 3 attempts. Like one person says that you have to give minimum 3 attempts. So that's his story, right? It's not your story. There's a possibility that you may you may clear your CA finals in the first attempt. So let that be his story. Don't let those outside things or outside words influence you, you know. It shouldn't be influencing you. So be very, very careful. Whatever others are saying, you know, each one has his own journey. Same way, each one has his own story. And you need to remind yourself what other person is going through or has gone through is his story, not mine. I'm a different person. I have a different story. When you start thinking on these lines, you know, then you will be yourself. Then you don't need to pretend. You don't need to be, well, you know, you don't need to put yourself in other person's shoes. That was uska zarurat hi nahi rahega. You won't require all that. So that is something you will have to be very careful. Each one has his own story. Not get influenced. Don't get pressurized what other people are saying. And always, you know, take life easily. Life is beautiful. I keep saying, live life. You know, itna stressful life ko mat banao. It's a beautiful journey. Each day has something new and something very positive to offer. So take that opportunity. See, there will be ups and downs. I'm not saying life easy hogi or difficult hogi. Ups and downs to honge hi honge. But when you take life as a unique experience, as a, you know, journey, you will have small things where you will want to celebrate. So take that opportunity to celebrate. You know, just be happy. Take things very lightly. Don't इतना stress मत लो life का. It's a journey है. कभी ऊपर पहाड़ भी आते हैं, कभी, you know, road भी खराब आता है. Even when we're going for a long drive or if you're traveling intercity, we have rough patches on road, right? There will be smooth highways, freeways we have, but then there will be some small lanes or by lanes which you have to cross to reach that main highway. So those rough patches are little difficult, little bumpy. Same is with us. If it's a journey where you are currently going through a rough patch, it's okay. It's just a patch. It will pass on. You have to reach that highway. Keep that in mind and just go and don't stress out. Don't be overwhelmed. No, इतना नहीं जरूरी है. Life को थोड़ा easy ले लीजिए. छोटी छोटी खुशियां जो मिलती है ना, small things, small blessings, small happiness. Just try and enjoy and live, and always smile. थोड़ा डिसिप्लिन तो ऑफकोर्स लाइफ में लाना ही पड़ेगा, वेदर इट इज बाय वे ऑफ एक्सरसाइज और बाय प्रैक्टिसिंग मेडिटेशन, जो भी है. ऑल दीज थिंग्स हेल्प यू mellow down, calm down and listen to your inner voice because it is important. बहुत बार ना हमें यही नहीं पता होता है what I actually want because we are just running. Rat race में we are running. Whether it is घर का scenario ले लो या office का ले लो, whether it is we're talking about young adults, we're talking about children. Everybody is running. You have to perform this, you have to complete this project, you have to do this degree, you have to perform this, ye hai, wo hai. We're just running. Usse acha, just slow down. Take one day at a time. Do what is required on that particular day. Next day will come. Prioritize. Out of 20 things you have on your list, 5 things have to be done today. Then sort it out. What are the other important and put it, you know, postpone it for the next day. Don't try to be in a rush to complete all the 20 things on that particular day. वो नहीं होगा. उसके बदले क्या होगा? You know what will happen instead is you will end up doing 20 things half-heartedly and you will mess up in everything you do. So don't do that. While you're doing this, in this process, you are forgetting to listen to your own inner voice, what your inner voice wants. Some days, if you have, you know, some days you just feel that you should be resting and not doing anything. कुछ काम नहीं करना है. होता है कभी. Sometimes, you know, you just get up and you feel, I don't want to do anything. But what are you doing? You force yourself to do those 2 to 3 things that you want to do, irrespective of what your inner voice is saying. Kabhi kabhi na, just stop it. Listen to what your voice is saying. What do you really want? Nothing will happen. Yeah, world will not come to an end if you take 1 day's break. Try doing that. When you give yourself time, when you value yourself, see, it is valuing yourself. When we talk, being authentic is valuing our own voice, understanding what we really want in life, what makes us happy. Materialistic, definitely they make us happy, but happiness doesn't come. It's just feel good factor that we get when we get certain objects or certain assets in our life. Inner happiness is when you are able to do what you really want to do. I'm again emphasizing on what you really want to do, right? And इसके लिए you have to talk to yourself, you have to hear your inner voice. क्या चाहिए आपको, वो बहुत बहुत जरूरी है. एंड एक ये भी पूछो कि what are the filters that मैंने डाले हैं. If white is my basic color, if white is what I want, what are the colored filters I've put? Yellow, blue, white, pink, whatever. क्या क्या glasses डाल के रखे हैं? Identify those and remove them one by one. Only then you will be able to see what you originally, what you are actually are, and what you really want in your life. And but also one we need to remember is we often get into blaming game. We say that I am not able to express myself because of XYZ. I mean, that's very, very common, we come across that I can't express because if it's a work scenario, yeah, my bosses will not like it. My company requires me. As I said, we live to somebody else's expectation. Let's take a pause there. It's not always true. We always have a choice. So stop blaming that I behaved in a particular manner because it was required by my boss, or it was required by my spouse or my family or my parents. No, you had a choice. You chose to behave in a particular way. Now, whatever could be the reason, right? It could be any reason, but you always had a choice. When you take that responsibility, that the manner I am behaving, not in an authentic way, not in the way I want, it is not because of anybody outside. It is my decision, my conscious decision. When we take that ownership, we will be able to make that shift in our behavior, in our thinking process, and in the way we live our life. It's important. Stop blaming. Stop playing a victim card. बहुत हो गया. You can't be always blaming and becoming that bechara type. No, it's high time. Take charge. Always don't point out fingers there. 3 fingers are always pointing towards us. You are responsible, not that person in the opposite chair. It's not always true. So take that ownership. समझ लो ये. Okay? Whatever I do, whatever I have done in the past, or whatever I'm planning is my choice, my decision, and I have the capability. I have the liberty to choose what I want in my life and live the life I want to live. Take that charge. Then life will be much more easier and much more happier. One more thing, when we talk about running race or life as, a rat race, what is happening is a small pause. If there is something that is happening which is not according to your wish, or something that you had planned, things are not working in your favor, because we are in a rush to conclude everything. We want to conclude everything. Jo bhi hai, we have to finalize, we have to finish. That small pause, we take it as a full stop. हम उसको full stop कर देते हैं. I'll give you an example of a relationship. This often happens in relationships. If there is a difference of opinion in a relationship, what happens, if you are in a rush to conclude, okay, where do I stand in this? You will conclude, okay, the person doesn't want me, or I don't want him, and you just break up. Now, was it really required to break up? No. That was a pause. That was a phase where the other person must be evaluating what he or she is going through. There could be so many things in his or her life, so many pressing issues you don't know, or the person has not shared with you. But because he or she is not responding the way you want, or not behaving the way you want, we conclude he or she doesn't want me in the life. So don't be in that rush to conclude things. There are commas. These are the commas in life. Don't make it a full stop, or don't make it a period kind of thing. Okay, it's either black or white. Life always is not black or white. There are grays in life. So Slow down and understand and look out for those gray areas. If in the past, आपने कहीं ऐसा छोड़ दिया है कोई रिलेशन, या इट इज माई वे और हाईवे काइंड ऑफ छोड़ दिया है, just go back and look, is there a possibility to revive that? Go ahead and do that, because life तो छोटी होती है, बड़ी बोलो छोटी होती है, we have limited time span. If that relation was really valuable for you, go back and see where if you can mend it up. वो कॉमा ही था, वो फुल स्टॉप था ही नहीं, but because you were so much in a rush, you made it a full stop and you ended it. If you have done it today, try if you can revive it. कुछ जाने वाला नहीं है. You never know, the person is just waiting for you to come back or make that call. So do that. So all that I'm saying is, इतना रश में नहीं रहो लाइफ में, कि छोटी छोटी मोड़ आते हैं ना लाइफ में, टर्निंग्स पे. डोंट टेक दैट एज एंड ऑफ द रोड, नहीं होता है. So be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, and honor your boundaries. ये बहुत जरूरी होता है when we are talking about authenticity या self expression. Because what happens, we draw boundaries. हम boundaries तो draw कर देते हैं, whether it is personal life है, office environment है, workplace है, we draw boundaries, but we don't honor them. Many a times, we there's a way we work. We want to behave in a particular way or work in a particular way. You don't want people to intrude your privacy or that inner circle. There's a limit we want to draw. But ऐसा हो जाता है ना, we are not able to say no. What I mean by honoring your boundary is learn to say no. अगर आपसे नहीं हो रहा है वो काम, अगर आप somebody is expecting you to behave or do something in a particular way and it's not comfortable, learn to say no. Because when you say no to that, you will say yes to something that is very important to you. ये बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है. बिकॉज इन द प्रोसेस कि हम सबको खुश रखें, हम अपने आप को ही पीछे कर देते हैं. वी आर नॉट एबल टू डू जस्टिस टू व्हाट वी थिंक एंड व्हाट वी वांट इन आवर लाइफ. So try creating boundaries, and at the same time try honoring the boundaries. A person may be a very close, near dear one. It could be your spouse, parent, or child. It could be, or it could be your very very senior in your company, whatever it could be. But draw boundaries. Fair enough. This is the time I'm going to work. This is the time I'm not going to work. Beyond, until and unless it's an emergency case or something that cannot be, that something that cannot wait for a next day. It's urgent, important scenario. Mein, it's once in a while it's okay, but otherwise don't do that. Learn to say no and stick to it. So these are the things one needs to understand to be very authentic in life. Life में हमें अपने मन का करना है, तो हमें पहले जानना होगा कि हमें क्या चाहिए. Yeah, what is it that I want to do? I means my heart wants to do, my inner voice. Talk to yourself. उसके लिए you'll have to slow down, you'll have to mellow down. अपने जो 20-30,000 thoughts चल रहे हैं ना पूरे दिन में तो ज्यादा होते हैं. तो whatever that thought process जो आपका है, which is on a super speed, you need to slow down there. Try doing it by meditation, mindful breathing कर लो, whatever helps you, guided meditation. You have so many tools and techniques you have. And try and be kind to yourself, be compassionate, be empathetic, be nice, be kind to yourself. Don't be so critical and judgmental to yourself. Every time अपने आप को इतना guilt trip पे मत लेके जाओ. And accept yourself with flaws and imperfections. We all are imperfect. We all are work in progress. कोई perfect नहीं है. So the day you accept that you are imperfect, you are work in progress, you are putting in your best, results will come. If not immediately, in due course. When you learn to be patient and accept these things in life, you will be able to express what you really want to. So what you need to do is ask yourself, what are the filters that I have? Why am I not able to express myself? What is stopping me? Yeah. Ask this question. आज जरूर से पूछना अपने आप को ये question and start doing it. And कभी भी कोई pause पे अगर आपने full stop डाल दिया है ना, उसको वापस जाके रिवाइज अगर हो सकता है तो रिवाइव कर लो. वो कॉमा था, वो फुल स्टॉप नहीं था. दैट वाज नॉट द एंड, इट वाज जस्ट अ रफ पैच. यू कैन ऑलवेज गो बैक एंड रिवाइव एंड गेट बैक ऑन ट्रैक. वो हो सकता है. सो बॉटम लाइन इज बी काइंड टू योरसेल्फ, be yourself, true yourself, and be happy. So friends, that's all for today. And if you have any questions, you can always ask and we'll be happy to hear. So bye for now.